Palestine is a land that breathes, a living landscape where ancient stones and olive groves hold the stories of generations. Every breeze that stirs the leaves seems to carry echoes of laughter, sorrow and hope from centuries past. Imagine walking its hills, the dry earth beneath your feet, the air scented with wild thyme and jasmine. The land itself feels alive, each step connecting you to those who walked here before, their footprints woven into the soil. Here, every stone and tree has a memory, every path a story. The olive trees, twisted and ancient, have witnessed countless seasons and secrets, their roots entwined with the land's enduring spirit. For millennia, this land has been a crossroads of empires, faiths and cultures. Roman legions, Byzantine traders and pilgrims from distant lands have all left their mark, shaping a tapestry of civilization. Beyond grand monuments, it's the daily life of farmers and shepherds, traditions passed down through centuries that truly define it. The rhythm of harvests, the warmth of shared bread, and the wisdom of elders are the heartbeat of Palestine. Sacred to three great faiths, Palestine's soil echoes with prayers and history. Here the call to prayer mingles with church bells and ancient chants, creating a harmony unique to this land. Overlooking a village, you see layers of human existence, ruins of churches, mosques, and fortresses side by side. Each stone tells of resilience, of communities built and rebuilt through time. This is not a land of simple narratives, but of intricate, overlapping histories. Every excavation uncovers new stories, revealing how past and present are forever intertwined. Time here is a circle, connecting present to past. Children play where ancient walls once stood, their laughter echoing across generations. To understand Palestine, look beyond conflict, see its enduring beauty. Notice the resilience in its landscapes, the quiet strength in its people, and the hope that persists through every season. Picture the sun over Galilee, the stillness of the Judean desert, the vibrant markets of Nablus and Hebron. Life pulses here in every sunrise and every gathering. This is the Palestine that lives in its people, defined not by borders but by the rhythm of the seasons, the taste of olives and the memories that bind a community. It is a place where hospitality is a tradition and every meal is a celebration of heritage. It is a land where history is alive, waiting to be heard. Listen closely, and you'll find that every whisper of wind, every stone, and every story invites you to become part of its timeless journey. Before modern borders, Palestine was a place of shared existence. In cities like Jerusalem and Jaffa, the call to prayer mingled with church bells and the hum of many languages. Life was a mosaic. Neighbors celebrated each other's festivals, shared joys and sorrows, and children played together, unaware of religious or ethnic divides. Disagreements existed but were resolved locally, not by ideology. Identity was rooted in village and tradition, families known for their crafts, their histories stretching back generations. Life moved with the seasons, governed by harvests, holidays, and the rituals of community. Diversity was a fact of life, not a source of division. People shared water, public spaces, and a common destiny. This memory of a more integrated past is a poignant reminder of what was lost as storms of history gathered. The early 20th century brought foreign powers and new promises to Palestine. The British Mandate replaced Ottoman rule, making conflicting pledges to both Arabs and Jews. For Palestinians, it was bewildering. Decisions about their homeland made in distant capitals. British policies encouraged large-scale Jewish immigration, shifting the land's demographic balance and fueling fear and resentment. Tensions rose, old neighborliness giving way to new divisions. The language of nationalism replaced that of shared community. The seeds of sorrow planted then would soon grow into a tragedy still felt today. 1948, etched in every Palestinian heart as the Nakba, the catastrophe. It was a year that would forever change the fate of an entire people, a turning point that still echoes through generations. The British Mandate ended, Israel was declared, and war erupted. The world watched as a new state was born, but for many, it marked the beginning of a long and painful struggle. For Jews, it was a dream realized after centuries of longing. For over 750,000 Palestinians, it was the start of exile, a sudden uprooting from their homes and lands. Families fled homes built by ancestors, believing they'd return in weeks, only to face decades in refugee camps. The heartbreak of leaving everything behind was felt in every step they took. Villages vanished, names erased from maps, communities scattered across the region. The landscape itself was transformed, as if trying to erase the memory of those who once lived there. The trauma of displacement became a story passed from grandparents to grandchildren, a loss of home, community, and future. Each generation grew up with memories of a place they'd never seen, but always longed for. The key to a lost house became a symbol of hope and the right to return. It was more than metal, it was a promise, a link to a life interrupted. The Nakba is the foundation of modern Palestinian identity, a shared experience of loss and injustice. It unites millions in memory and in the ongoing struggle for recognition and rights. Refugee camps meant to be temporary became permanent, and those who stayed became a minority in their own land. The sense of displacement never faded, shaping daily life and dreams for the future. The catastrophe drew a line of fire and blood, setting the stage for decades of conflict. Its legacy endures, woven into every story, every hope, and every call for justice. In the West Bank and Gaza, life unfolds under occupation's shadow. Daily existence is shaped by checkpoints, walls, and restrictions. Freedom always uncertain. The landscape is divided by concrete barriers, separating farmers from fields, villages from cities. Children grow up knowing only walls and watchtowers, their dreams confined by fences. Refugee camps, crowded and makeshift, are home to generations living in limbo, stateless, often without rights. Yet community endures. People share what little they have, keeping alive the names and stories of lost villages. The human cost is immense. Recent conflict in Gaza has brought devastation, displacement, and humanitarian crisis. This tragedy is an escalation of a daily struggle that has defined Palestinian life for decades. Amid loss, the act of surviving and hoping becomes a quiet resistance. Despite hardship, the Palestinian spirit endures, quiet, resilient, and deeply rooted. Through decades of adversity, it has become a symbol of unwavering hope and dignity, passed down from generation to generation. Even in the face of loss and uncertainty, this spirit remains unbroken, a living testament to the strength of community and heritage. It's found in children's laughter in refugee camps, in herb gardens on balconies, in the insistence on life itself. Every smile, every shared meal, every small act of kindness is a quiet act of resistance, a way of saying, we will not be erased. The simple joys of daily life become powerful reminders of identity and belonging. Culture is resistance. Art, music, and poetry, like Mahmoud Darwish's, express love for the land and hope for return. These creative expressions are more than tradition. They are lifelines connecting past and present and keeping the dream of freedom alive in every note and brushstroke. Traditional embroidery, tatteries, stitches history and identity into fabric, preserving memory. Each thread tells a story, each pattern a connection to ancestors, and every garment a declaration that their culture will endure, no matter the challenges. Food is a vital thread. Meals like nafe and makluba are acts of cultural preservation, saying, we are still here. Recipes are handed down, kitchens become sanctuaries, and every shared dish is a celebration of survival and togetherness. This spirit refuses to be defined by suffering alone. It is about rebuilding, learning, and finding hope in the smallest of victories, even when surrounded by hardship. Palestinians are not just victims, they are teachers, artists, parents, and dreamers. They nurture the next generation, inspire creativity, and hold on to hope for a brighter tomorrow. They celebrate, mourn, and create beauty in the hardest circumstances. Life continues, marked by both joy and sorrow, but always with a sense of purpose and unity. Flowers bloom in spent tear gas canisters, murals of hope cover separation walls. Even in places marked by conflict, creativity and resilience transform pain into symbols of hope. This resilience is not just political, it's deeply human. It's found in the bonds of family, the warmth of friendship, and the courage to keep moving forward. It's the universal desire to live, love, and dream of a better future. These dreams are carried in every heart, no matter the obstacles. A future where children can live in peace and freedom on their own land, where hope is not just a word, but a reality they can touch and feel. The unbreakable spirit of Palestine is a testament to hope, a hope that endures, inspires, and lights the way forward for generations to come. To look at Palestine today is to witness ongoing struggle and resilience. Headlines show conflict and despair, but behind every statistic is a human story. To remember is to see the humanity so often erased, Remember the deep history, the time before borders, the trauma of the Nakba, and the daily reality of occupation. Understand the simple desires: a farmer reaching his land, a student going to university, a family reunited. Remember the poetry, the meals, the laughter. These are the soul of Palestine. Focusing only on pain misses the creativity and hope that persist. The path forward is uncertain, but empathy begins with remembrance. Palestine is not just a problem, it is a homeland, a people with a right to exist in freedom and security. When we remember their history, culture, and spirit, we become witnesses to a human story that calls out to the world's conscience.